This is going to be a full-on beginner's guide to everything you need to know in Wizard Alchemy. So if you have just started the game, or if you are, let's say, around below level 40-ish in the game, which I am not right now, but if you are, which is considered early game, then this video will be of help to you. We will be covering literally everything in the game, from all the secret chest locations, to the best classes, to how potions work, to how every single thing works in the game. So if you did find anything even remotely helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get started. So when you first spawn into the game, you might be a little bit overwhelmed at first, but after completing the tutorial, you will have a good grasp of the basics. So first, we will be equipping our wand here, and this is the main tool you use to attack enemies. As you know, you can left click to attack, and then you can click your spells here with the different respective buttons to cast them and deal a whole lot of damage. Now, in order to deal more damage, then you will have to increase your stats, you have to get better potions, and you'll have to get better wands. Now, I'll go through every single one of them and exactly why you need to increase your stats. First of all, for better wands and better equipment, you want to head to the equipment shop here and then buy any of these. Now, you don't really need to upgrade them per se right now. I'd say a bigger priority if you are in early game is to just get like decent enough a wand, and then for this maybe get like a decent enough hat, but you don't really need these armor for now because you won't really be getting hit that much due to the future AFK spots that I'll be telling you guys. Just get some decent kind of wand and spend most of your money on ascensions, and ascension is going to be over here in the top left stat icon. Over here on ascension, you will need a certain amount of money and a certain amount of XP to actually ascend to the next stage, but you will most likely be gated by the amount of XP, no, by the amount of money that you have, not by the amount of XP that you have. And moving on to XP, how do you actually get XP? Well, you get XP by basically casting your abilities. Every time you auto attack, which is just left clicking, you will gain a little bit of XP here. And then every time you hit a spell, you will get a massive amount of XP. As you can see there, that was 180. So you don't really have to hit anything in order to get XP. You can just passively just start like hitting nothing and then just get a whole bunch of XP that way. Now, why in the world would you want XP? Well, what XP can do for you is every time you level up, you will get one stat point here. Now, don't worry about your stat spread because you can always press reset level points and can reset it for free, which means that you can alter this however you want. Now, what I highly recommend is you have exactly 14 points in attack, and then you have as much in cooling reduction as possible. I will tell you exactly why later, but you can also go for the optional, just like spin a bunch of buttons and then max out your movement speed. This is especially when you want to go from point A to point B, and after you get to the desired location, then you can go ahead and unequip that. And talk about move speed, there's also the Lice Potion, which is an uncommon potion, but it is such a good potion because it gives you an even faster speed boost. And with my current class, if I hit something, I go even faster. So I'm basically zooming across the entire map at Mach 10. Now, I need to move on to some other points, which is, so basically before I said like how to do damage, right? How to do as much damage as possible. And the first one talked about the wand. But next up, I gotta talk about the potions. So if we head over here, we can see that this is the crafting menu. And in here, you can put down a whole bunch of different magic materials, and each one will have a certain amount of magic levels. For example, the seagull egg here has a magic stat of 5. Now, what this means is that if you put in 3 of them, then obviously it's a total magic of 15, and the more magic you have, the higher chance you have of getting some of these better potions. So if you are at a very low level here, then just put in the best stuff that you have, and then just get honestly everything. It doesn't matter what you get at this early stage, as all of these potions are kind of bad. The only main thing you will want to go for is Lice Potions, maybe a little bit of Ice Spike just for early game, upgrade that to S tier, and then go immediately for, let me show you here, because we will be using a lot of, well, no, not copper rings, but you'll be getting a lot of goblin bones here, which is a material with 21 exact magic power, the goblin bone. Because if you throw in 5 goblin bones, you actually are able to get any one of these epic potions, and it is just exactly enough for these epic potions, because basically every time you put in more magic, right? It basically says that you need more magic to reach the next level. For example, this one needs 9. So if I put in 2 seagull eggs, I will be able to unlock the next potion. But then the next one will require even more. And let's say I put in like some more copper earrings. Look, this one only needs 4 more. So I'll need to upgrade this from 5, maybe something to like 12. For example, here, boom, and now I can unlock the next one. So right now, in the early game, honestly, as I said before, just go for the ice spike and just get that to S tier. Go for the life potion and then immediately just go for the frost swords potion. Everything else is completely useless because the frost swords potion is just the best potion in the game. I don't know why it's on a rare. I don't know why it does so much damage. I don't know why the cooldown is so low, and I don't know why the range is so high, but it literally is the best potion in the game. Now when I was saying S tier, what did I mean by that? Well, if you have multiple copies of the same potion, for example, I have 2 here, I can press refine, and I can combine them both and have a chance of upgrading it to the next tier. The first tier is going to be the S tier, and then it'll be SS, and so on and so forth. So just get yourself a level S potion of any kind, basically, for the early game, and then just start hitting stuff with that. Now, early game, what I recommend you guys attack with, or like what to attack, is, so first of all, you will start off in the pickaxe dwarf area. And in here, these guys, they're really easy to beat. They don't require that much to kill. Though I do have my stats heavily invested in speed right now, so I'm not doing that much damage. But yeah, these guys, they're honestly pretty bad. So just ignore them and then just go straight towards the end, because why not? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's actually a secret hidden method, even from level 1, that I did cover it in the video, but I'll show you guys quickly right now, where you can essentially go to the very late game, get the best material in the game, which is the furnace core from level 1, and immediately just ride your way all the way to the best potion in the game. And then just get yourself, as I was saying, the frost swords potion, and you will be good. So, how do you actually get that? Well, follow exactly where I'm going here. I'm also going to drink a speed potion. I'm also going to hit that. Boom, now I'm super fast. So we're going to run past everything over here. And where we want to go is... Can I hop up here? No, I can't. Okay, not through this way. But we will want to head up this mountain. Now, what exactly is on top of this mountain, and why is it so important? Well, the best path here is to go to the right here, and I'll show you guys in a second, because if you don't know much about this game, you will definitely be shocked. This is a hidden area that not many people know about, only if you're like... if you played more, then you'd actually know about this, but by then it'd already be too late. So good thing that you guys are seeing this video right now, and if you did learn something new, please make sure to like and subscribe. So we will head all the way up to the top of this mountain, and up here there will be a giant golden egg. Now right now on this server there is no golden egg because I am in a public server, and most likely most of the golden eggs will be taken. So here's what I suggest you guys do. You want to leave that server, go to a new server, and go click on ascending and sort by the servers with a low amount of people, because these most likely will not have the golden egg taken. Or you can get yourself a private server or join a friend's private server. Try to beg some people, join the private server, because once you are in a private server, it's super OP, because the golden egg spawns back after every hour after you defeat it, and 1 hour certainly is a lot of time. But if you are in a private server, after you defeat it, you can simply leave and rejoin, and it will reset every single spawn in the game, including the golden egg, which is the best resource in the entire game. So first of all, we are going to head up here and just show you exactly what the golden egg is. Then I'm going to quickly defeat it, jump to the very end when I defeat it, and show you guys exactly what rewards you get and why exactly you want to fight it. So now I am finally at the top, and as you can see, there's one massive big bird's nest, which is the golden egg. We are going to equip all of our frost swords potions here, so we can have double frost swords. Come on, double frost swords potions. There we go. Make sure to allocate all of our stats to what we want, which is attack, and then just start hitting this thing, and also enable auto cast. And now that this big bird's nest has finally been defeated, you can see exactly what you get. We will be obtaining 4 furnace cores, which is the best resource in the game, and you actually get multiple of them, which is so OP. So I already have 18 furnace cores. Honestly, I might be getting a little bit too many furnace cores. We will have to be selling some of our other resources just because, actually no, I'll keep them for now because they will be pretty useful for crafting later on. But we will quickly allocate all of our stats back into movement speed, head down this mountain, and show you guys some more stuff. And just a quick note, if you want to quickly return back to spawn, just go ahead and reset your character, and after 5 seconds, you will automatically teleport back. Watch this magic, and boom, there we go, we are back. Now, moving on to the next spot, I want to show you guys other different locations that you can also use in case if you know you always have the golden egg taken away from you, because most of the time that will not be available. So just follow exactly where I'm going right now, and I'll show you another amazing location, which is this guy right here. Now this guy, if you stand up here, which is the exact location that I showed you, taking the exact same path, he actually cannot hit you at all, and you can hit him for free. So you can go ahead and do a bunch of damage to him, go ahead and kill him really quick, and he will also drop you some furnace cores. So that is really good. He'll also give you a lot of money. Now if this guy isn't here, there's also another one, but I don't really recommend it as much, just because it is a lot harder to do. But it is it's the same guy, but it's like a different, it's instead of the Warhammer dwarf, it is going to be, pretty sure it's the archer guy. So the mutant archer is going to be up here. Just follow the exact path that I'm taking. It's pretty similar to the golden egg pathway, but we are going to deviate from it a little bit. So we're gonna run up here, and then we're gonna hop on top of this thing. So after hopping on top of here, as you can see, that is the mutant archer goblin. This guy though, I don't really recommend fighting him because he is so difficult to defeat. He actually has more HP than the boss itself. Same thing with the other guys. These guys both have 40,000 HP. But this guy I don't really like because it's impossible to cheese, because he can shoot ranged bullets, which means that you can't get the high ground and then cheese him. But talking about bosses, if we jump all the way down here, we can see that this is the main boss of the game. This guy only has 20,000 HP, the Dwarf King. He is pretty fine as he gives you furnace cores, but considering he's a end game, late game boss, his rewards are not that good compared to the golden egg that I showed you before, because the golden eggs give you like 4 different furnace cores, which are these things, best resources in the game. But this guy only gives you 1 or 2, so it's simply not worth it. Now as for different farming locations, where do you actually want to farm? Well, at the very start of the game, I recommend you go ahead and then max out your attack as much as possible, your attack stat, and then get an S tier potion, yeah, and then come to this exact spot right over here. You want to enable autocast, and then you will automatically be farming these few guys here. And then when the spells come up, you will be killing them automatically. There's also this little area here with 2 different guys. You can basically like stand right here. You can get these 2 guys as well as like 1 guy here, and potentially that guy as well. I think we can reach him. Okay, no, my auto tax is hitting that guy. But yeah, you can farm there for now for early game. Okay, now that is a pretty decent spot, but it's not the best because it won't give you any really good resources. This guy, I don't recommend fighting him. He's a little bit too strong for what he gives. He's just not that worth it. Just run away from him. Don't interact with him. The next spot we will be talking about is going to be the left over here. This is the best spot in the game for early, mid game, even late game. I'd still probably go here because the knife goblins are so easy to one shot. All you need is exactly 14 points in attack. So we'll go ahead and do 14 there. We'll max out our no, not movement speed, but you can max out your cooling reduction so you can cast spells more quickly. And all you need is just an S tier source potion with 14. And I bet you everybody has 14 attack in their attack stat. And then just go ahead and cast it. Boom, that is just enough to one shot because these guys have 300 HP and our attack does 334 damage. Now, why exactly is killing these guys so good for us? Well, I will show you guys that right now. But before I do, let me go ahead and max out my attack stat and actually get some of the materials that I was talking about. So we'll go ahead and kill this guy, and then these guys drop goblin fingers. Now, goblin fingers is not what you're actually going for because goblin fingers is not a really good crafting resource. Let's go ahead and kill a bunch of these guys. And there we go. We got the goblin bow. Now, the copper earring is fine, but the copper earring spawns from the archers, which you likely will not be able to kill just yet. But you do get to yourself the goblin bone, which is such an overpowered item. Because while this item does seem pretty normal, if you have 5 of them, that is exactly enough to craft every single purple epic potion in the entire game. So if you check my potion category, I actually got every single potion in the game, and I got it just from goblin bones, which is a really simple resource to get, considering you can literally get it from knife goblins, which are so easy to kill, and you can just farm them on forever and ever. Now, if you are early game and you can't find any of the previous locations that I talked about where you can actually cheat yourself some pretty good materials, there is still one good option, which is finding chests around the map. Now, chests are these things that they give you decent enough loot early game, but honestly not good enough to really be going for unless you are early game. But it's actually one hidden chest in the game that's actually really good, because this is sometimes spawns as a super chest. So you want to head all the way past these guys, and don't worry because they won't attack you unless you actually hit them. and then we will be going across this lake over here to this corner. There is this chest here, sometimes spawning as a super chest. This will give you dwarf emblem, golden tooth, and a flame crest, but it'll give you some pretty cool resources, and definitely better resources than whatever you have at this stage of the game, because anything right now other than like the super basic blueberries will be of immense use to you. Now these chests do spawn back every couple of hours or so, or if you join a new server they will instantly spawn back, which is exactly why you need a private server. But we have a couple of these decent enough items here that you can get that are definitely better than what you can get from these lonely little pickaxe dwarfs. Now I'll show you guys some pretty cool beginner crafting recipes that you need to use. Now here is a pretty cool recipe. So what we'll need is 2 flame crests, we will need 2 fingers, and we'll also need 1 dwarf emblem. And that is exactly enough to get yourself the Frost Thorns potion. You can also get yourself some other rare potions, but you're mainly looking for the Frost Thorns. Now if you are earlier on in the game, you do want to save those resources for that exact recipe. So if you are super early game, just throw in whatever you have honestly in here, and then just get yourself some ice spike potion and upgrade it to S tier. But if you do have a little bit better, for example some golden tooths or more dwarf emblems, you can slap a couple of those in. And at this stage, you can't get any of the rare potions, and the ice turtle armor potion is not actually that good. So I would just go for the earth shield or the fire arrow potion. Therefore, you don't actually want this good of resources in here. You do want to dump in some of the worst resources, just like this. There we go, that gives you majority chance for the fire arrow potion. So this is actually a better recipe than double golden tooth here, even though golden tooth is more rare. Now where can you find all of these materials? Well, at the very start, the blueberries can be found around the map from blueberry bushes, and also from defeating these pickaxe dwarfs. They have a small chance of dropping you a blueberry. The mushrooms can be found from the mushroom clusters, such as here, and the eggs can be found on top of these bird nests, like so. Now keep in mind, they can all be found in these chests here, so do keep in mind and open up as many chests as possible to get, look, I just got 1 of each of those resources. But how do you get the uncommon resources that I stated before? For example, the dwarf emblem, golden tooths, a goblin finger, you already know because you just defeat the goblins. Dwarf, for the dwarf goblin, for the dwarf metal thing, you want to defeat these pickaxe dwarfs, but the chance of getting it is still pretty low. I recommend you open up some chests around the map, then reset and then open up more chests. And also, the warhammer dwarf can drop it, but again, it is way too strong for what resources they give, so just skip that guy. And here's also going to be the best recipe in the game for if you actually went ahead and cheesed the little golden egg up top. So by cheesing the egg and by opening different chests, you can get yourself a couple of shards, okay, such as these different shards over here. And then we'll actually go ahead and unlock the flame core and the dark shard, because this is the #1 best crafting recipe in the game. It is 4 flame cores and 1 dark shard. You will want to craft it in an area with increased chance though, but this actually gives you a higher chance of getting a legendary compared to like just not having the shard. And if you put another flame core, I mean the chance is just lower, right? So this is actually so good. This is the best recipe in the game. Also gives you a decent chance for the epics, but most importantly you really want the legendary for this one. But this crafting recipe is super expensive, so you don't necessarily need to do it. I'm just gonna craft one just for the sake of this video. Please give me a legendary. It probably won't though. It might just give me like an epic or a rare, but yeah, do keep that in mind. I actually got a meteorite potion from that, which is pretty terrible. But sometimes around the map there will be these areas that are shining with a beacon of green light. Those will be areas of increased chances to get yourself some better potions. So if you do want to try to get yourself the legendary potion using the crafting recipe that I just said, or you simply want some slightly better chances, do make sure to go to these. Now you will be crafting here and it will give you increased odds of getting it, but you will also need the portable cauldron, which the portable cauldron can be obtained from this guy down here. Go ahead and talk to him. He'll have a cauldron right here. Buy it for 500 gold, and that's how you can get it. Now we will go ahead and just do a sample crafting and just show you guys the increased chance and how it actually works. So look, your portable alchemy has gained increased probability. So we will go ahead and use it, and as you can see here, we put those in, and 1.78, it did slightly increase, although not by much, but it is still a little bit substantial. That's not very good. The crafting recipe did give me another rare. Even though the legendary chance is available, it is not guaranteed, and it is still extremely difficult to get, even using the best recipe in the game. You know what? I'm gonna just craft one more for the sake of it. Why not? From this, we actually got ourselves the Frost Orange Potion, which is the best rare potion in the game. So there we go. That's not too shabby. And I'll leave this video with one more thing to note. This is a little bit important if you do want to buy yourself some better wands. So as you can see here, you might be thinking the best one in the game's 8k money for the Demon Trident wand with 30 attack and 15% attack boost. But there's actually better. See, if you go behind this waterfall, you can see that there is a hidden wand over here, the Ice Star, that gives 40 attack, 20% boost, 50 cooling reduction, and costs 20,000. Now you might be thinking that that wand is the best wand in the game. But you would be wrong, because there's actually an even better wand that is also hidden. So to get to it, you want to climb this great world tree over here, and you want to somehow make it to the very top. It will take a little bit while, but you will want to go to this branch over here. There we go, climb all the way to the edge here, and it will be the Ember Staff. This thing has 44 attack, 20 attack boost, and 30 crit rate, which is 30k. Now honestly, the other one might be better because it has cooling reduction, which is, I believe, better than crit rate, even though it has lower DPS. Actually no, it should still have higher DPS, because most of your damage will come from your spells, and crits isn't that good because not that reliable unless you have 100%. So honestly, don't go for the Ember Staff, go for the other one. But yeah, those are 2 secret staffs that you can also get in the game. Now if you did learn anything new, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.